Hi, welcome to our daily encounter. Psalm 127 carries a beautiful thought. In verses 3 through 5, it says, "Behold, children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are the children of one's youth. How blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be ashamed when they speak with their enemies in the gate." Truly, children are a wonderful gift. Sometimes we might forget that, because sometimes we have difficulty raising our children, and it is a very difficult task. There are a lot of challenges to raising children, no matter what age they are. And sometimes we may get so caught up in raising them and just getting through the day-to-day activities that we have to deal with. We forget what a wonderful blessing they are. And it's good to return back to this psalm from time to time to remind us that those who have children are very, very blessed. But there's something that could be implied from this psalm as well, although it's not spoken about directly, and that is the responsibility that comes with children. Now, as we talk about this responsibility, I don't want to make it seem as though I'm just speaking to parents who have children at home. This responsibility goes even further than just the parents. It can go to grandparents, great grandparents. It can go to uncles and aunts of the children. It can go to people at church who come into contact with children. Um, Anytime that you're in a place of influence, in a position of influence over children, maybe a teacher at school, for instance, uh, this this responsibility can be applied to your particular case. Because here the psalmist speaks about children as though they are arrows. Remember what he said? He said, like arrows in the hand of a warrior, so are the children of one's youth. And spiritually speaking, that actually is pretty true, or it is true. We raise up our children for, say, 18 years. And in 18 years, or sometimes maybe a little bit longer than that, eventually we have to send them out into the world. Just like a warrior would shoot an arrow out into a field or out on the battleground, so we as parents, so we as grandparents, great grandparents, all those others listed, all of us are eventually going to have to let go of those children and have to send them out to fend for themselves. And that just heightens the responsibility placed upon us to make sure that the arrows are sharp and that the arrows are straight, and to make sure that they are sent out accurately and precisely, so that when they go into the world, they can be as a weapon against the enemy, against our spiritual enemy, Satan himself. Remember, Satan is, in a sense, the ruler of this world. Not because there's anything intrinsic within himself, but the world has subjected itself to Satan willingly, whether they knew it or not. As they follow after sin, they follow after the patterns of sin and the headship of Satan, they all become under the authority of Satan. And when we send out our children into the world, we're sending them out into Satan's terrain. And it's very important that we make sure that these children are prepared, that they are ready. Now, I'm afraid that we focus so much on preparing a child for their career, for an education, maybe focusing a lot on sports so that they can get a scholarship and go to college and get educated, which is all fine and good in and of themselves. But the ultimate thing that we ought to be doing is preparing them for the spiritual battle they'll engage with as they encounter this world and go out and live in this world. We don't have to watch very much news and read much news to know what this world is all about. It's a scary, evil place, and places where a person might seem immune from the evil atrocities of certain people is no longer the case. This world is a dangerous place, pretty much wherever you live. And we're sending our children out into that world. Are they going to be prepared? Are they going to be prepared to stand up for the truth? Are they going to be prepared to stand up for Jesus? Do they know not only the truth of Christianity, but do they know why these truths are true? Will they have an answer to give a defense to everyone who asks of the hope that is within them? Sometimes we think perhaps that just because we take our children to church every Sunday, that somehow they're going to survive when they go out into that ruthless world. When they go to a college, a secular college, full of professors who not only do not believe in God, but in some cases are very antagonistic against God. How are they going to stand? How are the children going to endure when they face such hardships if we're not preparing them today? Imagine a warrior going out to battle and his arrow is rusted and dull and bent and cracked. That arrow is not going to benefit that warrior at all, and it's not going to help win the battle. A warrior needs an arrow that is strong, an arrow that is sharp, an arrow that is straight, an arrow that can be aimed at the very heart of the enemy. Are we going to raise up such children? I hope and I pray that we do, because we all know that the world needs a new generation to rise up, to take the banner of Christ, and to proclaim the truth of the gospel in this dark, fallen world. Well, thank you guys for listening in today. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless.